Hey there, welcome to day 136 of playing chess until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1310 after a win in our last game, and let's go ahead and jump into another 15-minute rapid game here today. Okay, we got black here up against a 1286. And get a Karo Khan going. What is that flag? Oh, European Union, I see. I didn't know they had a flag for that. Okay, we're gonna take here. Then we're gonna bring our knight out, and he probably will either take or maybe people fairly often play here to play the alien gambit. So he is thinking a little bit. Or he plays that. So if he plays that, I'm able to take the pawn. The concern is if there's a discovered attack on the queen though. I don't think that there is there? He takes here, I take back with the queen. He doesn't have a check with the bishop. So I think I'm able to take the pawn. If not, maybe I'm already making a massive blunder. Just take one more moment to look here. Okay. The knight can take here. There's no check. Yeah, I think it's okay. I'm just gonna play it. Because I can just take back like this. With the queen here. And then my queen kind of gets out of any kind of trouble, I think. Okay. He just hits the queen. I think I'll just go all the way back. I think that would make sense. Otherwise, here. Yeah, I think just all the way back. Generally, that's the best way to go. And then if he takes, we still just take that normally. Okay, all the way back. And now I would like to take here and then just trade the queens off. I think I'm happy to go for that. If he allows me, he might go ahead and take. If he just takes, we take back with the pawn, and then we kind of get the Tartakower setup of the Karo Khan. I think we want the bishop to come here. I'm still not totally sure about the light square bishop, actually. Probably just here, because it goes here in most Karo Khan variations. Okay. He prevents me from taking and then capturing his queen, or trading the queens off. Should I just take anyway? Maybe I'll go here to develop anyway. If take, he goes here. Okay, I don't think there's any like weird tactics or anything. There's the check. Don't think it does anything. And I could take now. But again, I don't see a major reason to, so I think I'll just develop here. Is there... Wait, actually, if he captures here, I have to take with this pawn, because this is going to be pinned. So that would be a little bit annoying, actually. So let's just capture, now that I think about it. Let's avoid having to take back with that pawn. Yeah, I didn't actually see that pin at first. Sometimes the pins that are like discovered pins are a little tricky to see because they're not active in the current position, but once they capture something, then they become active. Probably bishop out here. Still have to be aware of the pin. Try to threaten mate. This is guarded twice. Also, if I capture here... Okay, no, he might capture with the bishop. Okay, the pin is not active yet, again. Bishop take here. Check. We always can block this. So I don't think a sacrifice makes any sense, probably. I'm a little concerned. It seems like there could be issues. So I'm considering if I just push the pawn first and don't bring the bishop out, and then try to get castle quickly. Or bishop out first. I think bishop out first is probably okay. I'm just going to go ahead and play it. Because, oh yeah, never mind. I could actually capture with the knight if he were to capture here. So that gives even more security around that. And then if he does try to bring the bishop here, maybe line up some kind of checkmate idea. I mean, this is still guarding, but I need to develop. So I might go knight here, and then knight here. Okay, he doesn't go for that anyway. He's just hitting the knight. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play here. And free up the dark square bishop and get ready to castle. That seems pretty good. I also have this pawn push. I don't think that there would be any reason to play it, but I'm just taking a look at that. Again, the check, I do need to be aware there could be... Actually, if he had gone here... Oh yeah, then I could take, and then give this check. No, but he's able to come back and block, so I wouldn't be winning the piece. Alright, let's just go ahead and play here. And the knight is pinned to the queen. Yeah, let's go ahead and play here. Okay. We want to move our queen. Possibly move here and take a pawn, but I don't want to be getting too greedy. Bishop check. Yeah, that's not any good. Also, the knight is now pinned to both the queen and the rook. So I'm thinking maybe queen here or queen check and then try to take this. One of the two, but I'm also getting a little concerned with the development. If I go with the check, he probably goes back. I am able to take the pawn, but I think I need to develop its bigger priority. Let's just go here, because then he doesn't gain a tempo on my queen. I guess he could if he goes here, but I think I prefer that. Okay. Go right here. And yeah, I just want to get castled. Get developed and castled here. We're up a pawn. I have this check. Doesn't win the bishop because it's guarded by the queen. But if the queen were diverted somewhere else, then it could be a legitimate threat. Okay. This is guarded, this is guarded. So right now we're okay. I think I'm gonna just take the knight. Because I want his queen to come back, although he'll probably take with the bishop. Can also just go here. Give the check, he probably will push. Or just go here. Double attack this with the threat of check. Because we are still covering. Actually, he is threatening take, and then into here. So that would be a problem. Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. Check. Down to here. Then we have the queen defending both. If he goes here, we push the pawn. Yeah, it doesn't seem great. Wish I had this rook freed up. So yeah, the development always, whenever you don't develop quick enough, it's a little tricky to play it out. So the lack of development of this knight is a bit of an issue because he is threatening to capture. If I could prevent the capture there of the knight, that would be good. I am thinking check and then back down though, because then the queen covers both of these squares and the king is covering both squares. So he can still capture this, but it's no longer my main defender. But still, I'm a little concerned with this. Maybe I can just go bishop out first? No, that doesn't work, because then it blocks off my queen's path to come back down. So my bishop is kind of in the way, actually. Because I'm wondering if I can get him to take here, that would be good, and then play the check and then come back down, because then he doesn't have bishop g5 here to hit the queen, which seems slightly annoying. So I think I'm just going to play this right away. I think I will... Yeah, let's play this right away and then queen back down. Maybe there's a better option, but I don't quite see it. I mean, yeah, I can't really just push this, he just takes it. To try to cut the bishop off. Because the bishop threatening to capture the knight can't... The knight is the guard of this square, so it can't just develop over here. If I could block the file, that would be excellent. But yeah, I think just bringing the queen back to guard, maybe trying to develop the bishop over this way, because the queen will be blocking it. Okay, he pushes the pawn, and we simply drop back to here. Is there anywhere else I can go? No, I think just back to here. Yeah. Actually, he does have... Yeah, this is not great, actually, for me, because I just realized he has take... Or does he? Maybe not. I was thinking he might have something here, but looking at it again, I don't think he does. Because if he takes this, I take... There's no... I was a little worried about the threat of, like, a fork on the king and the rook, but I think that that would not actually be a thing. So I just need to get castled here. I can also develop the knight now because I have two defenders, so that's a big bonus. And I might take his knight, but I want to divert his queen away. But it would just, I think he would just take with the bishop, so it'd be kind of pointless. So maybe keeping the knight pinned is a little bit better. So I think my next move either would be this, or this to try to castle this way, quickly. I could also just put the queen here and try to trade the queens off to develop the knight. But if his queen moves, I have to move again with my queen, because then the rook will be hitting it. So maybe it's kind of pointless. Yeah, I think this... Okay, he does go there. That's what I thought he might go for, but I think pushing here still is reasonable. Because I don't know what he would play after that. I mean, it does create some weakness. This pawn becomes weak. But I don't see what he would do right away. So let's try to go for that. Oh, he has that check. Oh no, I actually did not see that check. And now I'm completely lost. Oh wait, no, I can just take it. What am I talking about? I don't know how... I didn't realize I could just take that. That's why I didn't see it, because it didn't... He's sacrificing it. He's sacrificing it, then he gets check here, but then I block it, and I think I'm fine, right? Okay, yeah, for a second I didn't even realize I could capture that. I thought I was completely done for, but I think we're fine if we capture it, right? Okay, check there, but then if I just block it, I think it's okay. Oh, no, it's not okay. Ooh, that's a pretty nice, that's a really nice tactic, okay. I didn't consider that he might sacrifice the rook to move my king away from the queen. So this whole sequence might have been forced, I think, from a few moves ago, just because I didn't have this knight developed. That's all it came down to. Or maybe it wasn't forced. Maybe I had a better response, but I'm not sure. I mean, I could go up, actually. If I go up, then what happens? He checks again? No, he can't check there. I take... If he takes this, the king takes it. So maybe going up still works, potentially. He takes here, we're able to take... Okay, I'm going to go up rather than take. I don't know what's going on here, though. This position is kind of crazy. Maybe taking and then taking the bishop once he takes the queen could be better, but I don't want to lose my queen for the rook. I mean, actually, it would be rook and bishop. The rook and the bishop... No, but he would take... No, he can't take that. It's covered. It would be rook and bishop, but I'm already up a piece. So I think I would be up material if I did take. He takes and then I take. But still, the position looks really terrible for me. With his queen being here, the lack of development. Even though I think I would be up material there. Because I would have a rook and two pieces for the queen, I believe. Yeah, this is a really crazy position that we have. I would like to... I mean, I'm up a piece. I would like to just trade the queen off and simplify everything. If he takes, I take. Bishop goes back. The rook's still here. The rook still has pieces pinned here. But the rook is under attack still. Although it's not if he trades the queen off. But I can move again another step to attack the rook. And this I can take and open his pawns up here. And this I'm threatening to take. Yeah, this position is super messy. I have no clue what's going to happen here. Okay. But if I take here... Oh, if I take here, then he has this. He has a check here. I can't move there. Can't move here. So that would be mate if I took with the queen. Yeah, it's mate if I take with the queen, but if I take with the pawn, I believe we are okay. Although I guess then he takes my bishop, so I guess that was probably a pretty good move. No, but if he takes my bishop, then I take the rook. Okay, let's go ahead and take here. I think this is the way to go, because this definitely was not the way to go. Because that's mate in one, I think. Yeah. Okay, goes back. Now if I take this, he can't take, or here. Oh wait, no, he is threatening this. This is covered again. This position is so messed up. Okay, this is covered. The knight is covering this. I think we're okay as long as the knight covers that. Are we though? Should I go here to just try to trade? I think that's better. Otherwise I take here. Yeah, I think going here to try to trade the rooks, and the knight still covers this. I'm really bad in these kind of positions where everything is open and everything is hanging at once. But I am up material, so does this work? The other option would be like trying to create another opening for the king, because I'm a little nervous about this. But I think as long as the knight's here, it should be okay. What about... Oh yeah, he has check here actually. Oh yeah, check here. Check here is mate. No, yeah, it is mate. So that does not work. So I do have to create an opening. And he's also threatening actually... Okay, no, he's not threatening that because the knight still covers the square. I was thinking he could skewer and get the queen. I think I have to make this opening. So that if he goes check here, I have an escape square. Yeah, this position is pretty messed up. Do I have any other option? I don't think so. Yeah, I wasn't looking at this square at first. I was looking at these two. That's why I'm so bad with these positions, because I'll get too focused on like two squares and not realize there's a third that also would actually just be made there. And I don't have a way to cover it. So yeah, we have to push this. I'm getting worried about the knight also, though. I think we have to push this. Let's push it. And then if he gives the check, yeah, this... If I could just get a way to trade. Okay, he goes there anyway. We go here. He has 2 attackers in this, but I have 2 defenders. He does have 2 attackers here. But then we trade, which I'm okay with. Is there a knight, a threat from his knight? I don't think there is. Alright, well we have to go here. And his queen is under attack actually. So if he just takes there, I'd take the queen. Then he takes here, I guess. I don't think that he wants to do that. Okay, another check. Oh, are we... I guess we lose the rook. Yeah. Wait, no, but if I come back down, then I'm threatening his rook if he takes. If I go here, I'm still worried about the knight. Anything with the knight. Here. Here. Then we're back to equal material. I think I'm just going to go back down. And then if he takes, I take. If he gives the check again, I might have to go back and forth. Okay, I'm going to go down. I'm kind of scared. I'm probably going to blunder something. Or will I? He's still double attacking the knight, so he could take the knight and we trade the rooks, but that is kind of okay with me, I think. I just want to simplify, though. If there's any way to simplify. The knight still covers here. His knight doesn't have any super useful moves, I don't think. And he can hit the queen here. But then I come up and we just try to trade. Okay, he's going to give the check again. I might have to take a repeat if he does it, because otherwise I don't really like the position at all. If he wins the rook back, it's pretty terrible. And if I go here, he wins the rook back. I mean, it's going to be even material, but my position is really compromised, especially with the knight being pinned, so I think I have to go back and forth. Unless, let me think for a moment. If I go here and he takes, is there anything else I can do? I mean, yeah, then he has so much pressure here on the bishop, on the knight. I don't think I can allow that. Let's see if he repeats. Or if he does decide to take it. Okay, he repeats. Yep. That was a kind of an insane game. I feel like taking the draw there was probably the best decision. Let's go ahead and check the game review and see what actually was happening. I bet the accuracy is probably really bad. In that kind of position, I always have terrible accuracy. Okay, no, surprisingly, it's not as bad as I thought. It's almost 80%. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, in that kind of position, I normally get like a 60%. But also the game did end pretty quickly, so I guess that made it speed up quicker. Let's go ahead and go through. And he had 80. We both had about the same. His was slightly higher. Okay, taking was best. Coming back was okay. It did prefer the queen to go here to b6. Let's see where things got messy, though. So it didn't like this. That's such a natural move, though, in any Caro-Kann setup. Normally, whenever the knight's here, you always want to, like, pin it if you can. Playing this is not a natural move. I've never really played that unless I'm, like, forced to for some reason. To develop the bishop on this diagonal. It's just not a setup I've ever tried, really. Especially in the Caro-Kann. So, let me see, though. The eval says we're basically even. Okay, this was best. So this was a mistake. It actually wants me to develop the knight voluntarily pinning it to the queen. So I think that's where I went wrong. Because the knight not being developed was the only thing I think that had me in trouble. It's crazy how much not developing a single piece, even though I'm up a pawn, he just has better development and I didn't develop the knight, how much of a difference it can make. So yeah, as soon as I played this, seemed like it made sense. You're just pressuring some pawns. I don't want the knight to be pinned really, but I guess it was the way to go in this case. And okay, that was a mistake by him though. But yeah, that immediately shifted it, I was going to say, to a 1.3 eval for him. Oops, I skipped to the end by accident. Go back. We were right here. Okay, so that was a mistake for him because it says I can trap a piece. Oh, I could trap the bishop. So given the check isn't good, I could trap the bishop, but what if he just ignored it? I'm still worried about getting checkmated here on this square. How do I, like, avoid that? I was extremely concerned because this is the defender of checkmate, the knight, and he is able to just capture it. So I wasn't even, at this point I was not considering. I had considered this move earlier, playing f5 to attack the bishop, but it was before the queen had blocked the bishop in. But let's see what happens. Okay, so he does take this. When I push the pawn, it does actually create this escape square. Potentially. Wait, no it doesn't, because this is still mate. Right? So he's threatening mate now that the knight's gone. It wants me to give check. Yeah, this is kind of tricky stuff going on here. Oh, and then I get time to castle, actually. I hang the bishop in order to castle. And if he takes it, I can take his back. Okay, yeah, this is kind of crazy stuff going on here. Would have been hard to see all that. But it all stemmed from just not playing that knight d7 move earlier. And it really made it extremely hard to find the right moves to actually survive here. But now we would have been fine if I found that. So if I attack the bishop, recognizing that he has to take here, his bishop's under attack, and then I can go here with check, hang the bishop, and then get one extra move to castle, and just narrowly avoid the mate. So if I saw all that, I would have been probably okay there. But I didn't see that. So instead I gave the check here. We found this move to come back and defend, but he has a plus 1.3 advantage now. Okay, he played this, which I was expecting. We had to block with the pawn. And then I was so confused by this move for a second. I was like, it just caught me off guard and I didn't realize I can just capture it with the pawn. For a second I thought I had to block with my queen. But then I realized, wait, no, I can literally just capture with my pawn. Then we block with the queen. And then he went for this tactic, which was really clever idea. And I almost immediately took, thinking I had to. But then I realized I can just go up and not take. So I did that. Then he sacked another piece. And then I think he was counting on me going here. And then he has mate in 1. So luckily we did not fall for that. We thought through it for a second, realized we had to take with the pawn. And I thought we would be fine here. I thought it's over. But then, what did he play? Oh yeah, he played here to start threatening mate over on this side. Oh. So this is where I went wrong. I'm actually completely fine here. I'm completely fine here. Oh, I just had to move the queen to make an escape route over there because this is still covered, so... Okay, so I made an escape route with the pawn, but that did create these massive additional weaknesses for me. If I move the queen here, then he comes here, then I have this. He still can't check here. He can't take here. This is under threat. Oh my gosh, that's so much better. Oh wait, he can check here. But then I just go... Okay, I block. Block, we're trying to trade the bishops off. This is double attack, but we're up material, so I think it's okay. Actually, no, it's twice defended now once I block here. Still a really complicated position. Then it wants him to trade. What if he... Yeah, he can't go here. He can't go here. Yeah, then he just runs out of stuff to do, but it was so hard to find the right moves there. I had the right idea that I had to make an escape square for the king, but I failed to see that the queen was actually the better way to do that. So we push the pawn. Now he's winning. And yeah, white is in a winning position here, so I think it made total sense to go for the draw here. Because if I went, let me see, what was the other option? The other option was going here. If I go here, he takes this, and now white's completely winning, and I don't really have a chance. It's +4 basically. So yeah, I think taking the draw was definitely the right decision. It didn't like him going here. So it actually, he was winning by a lot. I wanted him to go back to this square, and then I do the same thing. I come down, then his knight comes in. Yeah, I was worried about something happening with the knight. We go here. Okay, we're back to mostly drawing. Alright, well, it seems like the main takeaway was, first off, developing the knight earlier. Even though the queen was under threat, I should have put the knight in front of the queen, because there wasn't a way for him to add more pressure to it. And then the queen can scoot away afterwards. And not having this rook free and not having the knight free just changed everything. And then the other big one was right here, which is a little hard to see. I feel like it's not obvious that you make the escape square with the queen and allow him to give this aggressive check, and then you have to go to the side. I guess it still makes sense. He checks here, we come up. But yeah, you really have to very precisely calculate that to know that you're going to be safe. And I didn't even consider that move, actually. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm happy to just take a draw there, since otherwise the position would have been pretty bad. Really interesting game, though, I will say. Let's see if there's any other big issues. Yeah, this was the big one. Didn't like what he played there, even though it did make it hard to find the right moves. And then he played all these crazy sacrifices. It almost worked out really well for him. I mean, I think he might have thought I had to take here, and I almost thought that too. But luckily I didn't have to take there. Then he sacked that, and yeah, I had such a winning advantage. If I just found the queen over move, we would have been good. Queen over to h7 here. But yeah, hard to find the right moves in that kind of position. I'm glad to take a draw there at least, and really interesting game. It just highlights the importance of the early development, which I thought I was okay on, but as soon as I saw the double stack of the queen and the rook, I realized that maybe I actually have some issues there. And oops. Yeah, so we're at 1309. We had a draw, and this has been day 136. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on day 137.